Finding unlimited trading strategies. Okay, so I built 5 trading strategies and I wanted to backtest them because backtesting is the process of seeing if the strategy actually worked in the past. A lot of people are trading by hand and they don't know if the strategy actually worked in the past. So what I did is I built out 5 different trading strategies and then built a script in order to test all of those strategies against different time frames of data, also different symbols, different markets. We've got Solana, BTC, ES, NQ, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. So all types of different markets and time frames, and then it outputs them into the nice results here that are probably a little hard for you to see because I'm using Apple numbers or whatever the heck this is called, 200%. Okay, but now you can see I have the exposure time, the equity final, the return percentage, the Sharpe ratio, the Sortino ratio, the Kalmar, the max drawdown, the average drawdown, yada, yada. I got everything. Expectancy, most important. So I have everything that I need. I feel like I just cracked backtesting, but I have a step. I want to take this one step further. How do you set up subagents? I've set up 2 subagents. Can you create a subagent that will... Yeah, how do you set up subagents, dude? I have set up subagents already. I have 2 sick, actually 3 sick ones. Anthropic subagents. And let's go ahead and say subagents here, maybe. Agents. Okay, that's how you do it. Create new agent. Okay, I'm going to say create new agent. Okay, create new agent. Personal or project? I want it personal. Create with Claude? Sure thing. Okay, so now you are the backtesting sub-agent. And you will run whenever I'm ready to test a backtest. You'll also run whenever I'm building a backtest. Because essentially, you have my whole backtesting framework now. You have the examples. You understand how to multi-data test. You have our multi-data tester. You have examples inside of the backtesting folder that show how I want to backtest. You know that I like to print out my stats before running the optimizer. You have the whole multi-data testing framework that you can run, and you'll make sure that all of my backtests are built in a way that will make them super easy to run with all of the data. You'll make sure to make a folder if it's a bunch of different backtests under the same strategy, because I tend to test a bunch of different ideas in one backtest. So you'll make a folder for that. You'll just know all of these things. You'll have example backtests that will help guide you. So whenever we talk about backtesting, you pop in and you see, okay, what step are we at? Do we need help building it? If we need help building it, let me make sure to check out my files, like the multi-data backtesting file. And let's make sure that we're setting up the backtests correctly to work with our common data. Let's make sure all those things. Then if I'm looking to run a backtest, well, you'll know how to run them as well, because they should be set up and helped by you in order to keep everything aligned and built correctly from the start. Because if we correctly build things from the start for this multi-data testing, every single backtest that I ever create will have 30 plus different data sources that will be testing, timeframes, etc. Okay, you know the job. I've rambled enough. Thank you. At yeah, let's just go ahead and say that. I'm gonna say generate an agent from description. Perfect. 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 I've rambled enough, son. So she's generating a sub agent. Yo, that's hella funny, bro. That's hella funny, dog. Why they look so different? Why do they look so different when they get grooved? Oh my goodness. All right, so create new agent here. Let's see what she said. You're creating multiple trading strategies. Each strategy builds to be tested on many different data sets. We've got the multi-data tester, good. What it does, automatically tests your data against 29 data sets, great. Having a robot assistant that runs your experiment on every possible data set while you grab coffee, great. Instead of 29 manual tests, you run your strategy file once and get results for everything. Strategy files, combiner, the workflow, create the strategy, buy when price drops, okay. Run it once, test on Bitcoin, Ethereum, get results, okay. Imagine you're a chief or a chef with 5 different sauce recipes. Beautiful, dude. That's what we built, but for trading. What do I do now? Oh, I just hit continue. Sonat, no way. Opus. She always. What color should we give her? Let's give her cyan. Press S or enter to save, E to save, edit, E to save and edit. Okay, so we have a backtest architect. What's this one? View agent. I think I'm gonna delete this one. Because now I have a better agent. So I'm just gonna delete her. See ya! Wouldn't wanna be ya! Okay, so let's go ahead and see if this works now. Let's go ahead and build out a new idea here. Seller's exhaustion. How do you even go about doing that? How would you measure seller's exhaustion with open, high, low, close volume data? Dun 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 dun. Gap and go, exhaustion gap, pairs trading, liquidation hunting, Bollinger Band, seasonality. This GitHub, let's go ahead and make sure the GitHub's in there back to us. Consecutive down here, copy path. What I love about this is now all the results are right here. Combined strategies. I can see. Oh, fudge, dude. Oh, fudge. You can't sort by. Thank God you can't. At least you can't sort up in this bitch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs, that's 122 back tests. Sheesh. That's a lot. Say exit here. Okay, so I want to go ahead and yeah, you can try open interest for sellers and buyers exhaustion. Okay, open interest. That's a good idea. Volume spike, climax. What about using open interest? How can you go ahead and measure that with or without open high low close volume data? Open interest is interesting. That's interesting, dude. Thank you. Sequential decline detection, selling wave analysis, track a sequence of consecutive down closes. On balance volume. So volume, that could be good. Volatility, volume divergence. Measure true ATR. Declining volume on lower lows. All right, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's say above is a bunch of ideas. We'll call this seller's exhaustion for the folder of backtests we want to build. Use the backtest architect to go ahead and execute all this. And when it is done, and done is considered me being able to run each of the strategies. I gave you about 6 strategies up there, or 6 ways to use open high low close volume data to trade the seller exhaustion. Feel free to try anything with the ADX or the MFI or the Bollinger Bands, as those could be good ideas as well. I want you to go ahead and create 7 different strategies. The backtest architect knows exactly how to build those strategies and get them ready for me. All right, let's see, dude, because this is crazy. Now I'm using the subagents here to essentially, in my backtest folder, hopefully she uses that new subagent that we just created. I'll use the backtest architect to create all the seller exhaustion strategies for you. And then hopefully she goes ahead and outputs something like this. Maybe not outputs it, but allows me to output it. I used myself for trading open interest with deviation, scalping the divergence kind of. Also, deviation master shows how strong they sold or bought in a move. Interesting, dude. Okay. Very interesting. So you can see it said seller's exhaustion here. So now it looks like it's cooking. This is kind of crazy. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Let's see if she can make the crazy part actually be crazy. Let's see if she can do it. She's done with one of them. Test on multiple datas. Let's see if we can run it. Okay, so let's go ahead and say yeah, keep going. Keep doing what you're doing, but no, I'll wait. I guess I don't know how to work with AI yet. You can see that I'm 18 years in here. We're working with this AI. I still don't know how to use it. Don't know if I'm like a little insecure if she'll pick it back up. If I interrupt her here, will she keep going? That's what I'm scared of. That's amazing, dude. He's still acting scared as shit with this little AI, dude. Oh my god. With emotions. I said it. I just had a sip of coffee and that stuff is good. All right, so it looks like she's on 4 now. She knows the mission at least. When to enter afterwards is not well understood. I think you need to have a volume spike too. Okay. So maybe try a volume spike. A lot of thinking. That's what we gotta do. Just think and then test. Think and then test. Think and then test. Think and then test. I love this new backtester thing we built today. And the backtest architect is sick. Come on. She's got 5 built already. And we'll see if she can get it going. I believe in her. I believe in her. From backtesting and import strategy. Let's see what these other ones are looking like. Backtest and strategy. We'll see. I think it's got one more. Backtest architect. Using Opus as well. So we'll see. Come on, sub agent. Sub agent 12. Backtest architect. That's crazy. What am I? Datadog. Lead Datadog. That was easy. That was an easy answer. Updated sellers. Okay. 1 addition, 1 removal. Damn, so AI is really just cooking for us all day now. One, two, three, four. This should be the last one. And then we'll go ahead and send her some of the buggies, but she might go ahead and run them herself. What if she does that? Then what do I do? You better not do that. I mean, you could. You probably will, huh? Oh, boy. I guess we'll see, dude. I guess we'll see. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Did I just outsource myself by giving it to a sub agent? That's how you use. No, I don't know anything, dude. I don't know anything, but that's how I found to use sub agents the best. They're just like tasks. They're just workers. Okay, you got a worker, dude. You got a worker, dude. Sometimes they stop working. Edges don't persist forever. Some do though. I've seen many that have not forever because we haven't been here forever, but on all the data that I can get my hands on. Got to keep an eye on things for sure. It's not like you just launch some bots and never look at it again. Got to be a data dog, which I know you are. I know you are. Mm. Yeah, these sub agents are crazy. These are crazy, dude. I'll use the backtest architect to create your seller exhaustion strategies for you. Okay. She's compacting the convo right now, but I think it's just about compacted. It took her about 7 minutes to build those 7 strategies, so about a minute per strategy when it would take me a light year. It would take me a light year at least. Manifesting. I create a comprehensive summary document for the seller exhaustion strategy collection and set up a test runner for all of them. Okay. Is she about to run them? We'll see. I think the human brain is it's amazing too, and can over time predict price with experience by watching charts. I mean, you're right. You're absolutely right. We've got very sophisticated neural nets in our brains, right? Like that's the OG. So I think you're right. I think it's just very hard to do consistently every day for the rest of your life. You know, if you are like the best human in the world, you're the best human in the world. You always get 8 hours of sleep. You're always perfectly hydrated. You're always like perfectly worked out. Your brain's always perfect. And yeah, you stare at these charts, you'll understand how to trade. Like, I wasn't a bad hand trader. It was just every once in a while, something would be off. Maybe you didn't sleep well last night. Maybe you got something else on your mind. Maybe you gotta go do something else. That's where you get got, and you eventually just get got. So I don't disagree with you at all, Samuel, about your brain being an amazing tool. It's just those emotions, dude. And just being a human. Like you can't stare at the screen for 24 hours a day. My emotions always F it up. There you go. So that's how I was as well. I could go on a 13 win streak and then lose everything in 2 trades. I want to automate now. I would definitely recommend automating because at the end of the day, it makes you face the facts. Like, does your strategy that you're trading actually work? Has it worked for the last 5 years? And then if so, that's awesome because you can automate it. I just feel like time put into staring at the charts, dude, that killed me. To go like days, weeks, months of chart staring just to like, okay, yeah, you get up. But then you have a couple bad days and boom, you're down, 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 down fast. No way, dude. That's just wasted time. Every hour I put into automate my trading and quant in general, it's compounding. Like today, what we built today is crazy. This like 30 time frame, 30 different data sets, different markets, testing, just 30x my speed for forever from here on out. Every single day that I backtest, now it's 30 times faster for every single day. So it's compounding. With trading, like if you're that perfect human that can trade perfectly with no emotions, yes, you can compound money. But for the rest of us, it's like you put all this time in to lose money. What? Stop it. Stop it, dude. Stop it. That's not compounding. Trading by hand is not compounding. The only way I will continue to be in this industry is by doing what I'm doing right now. Maybe at another level, maybe I just keep growing. I'm sure I'm gonna keep growing, get better and better. Just keep putting the hour, get your shots up, dog. Every single day, just go get your shots up. Okay, let me get a cool 4 hours a day in. It's not even hard. It's not even hard. You got AI doing everything for us. Just bring the ideas. If you bring the ideas, the AI will figure out the code. The seller exhaustion strategies collection is now complete. 7 unique strategies detecting different exhaustion patterns. Summary document. Strategy summary.txt explain each strategy. Test runner. Test all strategies to quickly verify that all strategies work. Okay. Hey, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all for that. Thank you. Let's go ahead and write it. I think there's some buggy bugs. Testing seller's exhaustion first. No prints, huh? This is a super sketch file. It's running timed out after 10 seconds, which is normal. Okay, let's go ahead and see if she did that. Seller's exhaustion. Wick, volume wick. I just want to see what it looks like here. Did she fix that bug? She fixed the bug that we had at the start. I was about to stop her. Don't stop her. She knows so much more than you. Swipe her. No swiping. That's crazy. I was about to stop her. And she made the test all strats folder. Oh my God. Holy moly. Okay, let's this is awesome. Great job. With that test all strategies, I want all of the backtest stats to print out so we can see that it's actually working. Right now is a little too little prints for me. I want to see that all the backtests are being completed. But great idea adding that test all strategies in there. Okay, dude, we are taking off. We are taking off. You don't understand. It used to take me a minute to not 5 minutes, but like a minute for each back test. If I want to go ahead and test all of these different data sets, these 30 data sets, I used to have to go, boom, I'm going to put this one in. 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 And I had no way to compare apples to apples. So we got apples to apples. We got apples to apples. Oh my goodness. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Jimmy B says the human brain can't comprehend exponential numbers, so I don't believe you could just look at charts and know what's going to happen. Okay, that's fair too. That's fair too, dude. 777 R, how are you, dude? I think our brains are very smart. I think they're very, very smart. I think they are very, very smart. Okay, now test all strategies when I run them. Let's run it, dog. Seller's exhaustion, volume wick. I mean, we got this warning. I can't have that warning in here. Yeah, we're just backtesting at another level now. Please get rid of this error or warning. Thank you. Can't have that. No way. I'll fix the divide by zero number warning. Thank you. How you been, Art? The warning issue has been fixed. Okay, so let's go ahead and see this, dude. So now it's testing on 30 different datas. 30 datas. I got my sub agent. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shorty. It still says that. Looks like I still get that same error. See you flying right now. Thank you, bro. Thank you. All divide by zero warnings are done. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. How many homes are in the world?
Drops tem barra. Onde é que é a caixa toda? Compra pra ajudar. Compra pra ajudar, moço. Vai, tem drops, tem barra. Onde é que é a caixa toda?
Hey, there's a couple more warnings there.
Caixa toda? Quanto custa?
Looks like you covered some of the warnings, but not all of them. Thank you. I'm not looking at the data yet until I know this is exciting data, dude. I get it. But I want this to look good. Good. All the divide by zeros are done for. Let's go ahead and test this out. Okay, we did get an error on some of these. Okay. So I think this summary is what I want. You can see that some of them have errors with the Apple ES data. Also, I just want the summary. I don't need the full back test printed out for each one. That summary that you have here is super sick. Let's just have that print out. So essentially, for however many strategies I have, I'll print out the 7 summaries when I hit the test all strategies. Yo, 777, dude. Good to see you, bro. Successful strategies. This is crazy, dude. Now I'll test it. Okay. Add verbose parameter and fix the volume data type issues. All right, let's see here. Let me check the exact format of the print statement. Now I'll modify the test on all data. Let's get this out of here so she can work a little nicer. Add verbose parameter on test all data. Yeah, I think that's a good play, dude. Fuck yeah. That's a good idea, dog. That is a good idea. Oh man. Damn, dude. I truly love this game, man. I really do. I really do. Being able to pop up on here any day, whatever day, it doesn't matter. It was a little quiet out there today, and I was wondering why. I went outside, and it was quiet. Like, where everybody at? And it's Saturday morning. Nobody's up yet. Why? I don't know why. What's the difference between Saturday and Tuesday? Perfect. The updates are complete. The test all strategies will now show a clean summary of each strategy's performance without the full backtest details. The volume data type issue for stock/futures has been fixed. Thank you. All divide by zero warnings are gone. The test runner provides a concise summary showing All right, let's see how this looks now. Error loading data. Buddy. Yo, looks like we got this little error here with this data. I don't know why. Also, it should show the summary. The summary that had all of the results from all the back tests. It should show that. That summary was super nice. It was like a grid. I don't need every single back test, but individually stats. I don't need those individual grid stats that they were putting out before, but I want the nice CSV that had literally all those exact same stats, but just a summary. You had it before, so please fix that and the CSV thing. Thanks. Any results, dude? We are fudging cooking, bro. We are cooking on a Saturday. I'm just kidding, dude. We're cooking every day. We're cooking every day, but any results? Yes. Many. Many. Many, many, many. Did you try to trade the analysis? Analysis? No entiendo, mate. Remove the missing data. Okay, let's go ahead here and see if we can get this running. There we go. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Nons on some of these, huh? This is so freaking sick, dog. This is so sick. Oh, and then I get this full summary. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, dog. All right, let's go here. Back this up. Test all strategies. Copy path. Move this. Let's go back to our freaking agents, dude. Damn, dog. This stuff is crazy. I can't even do this anymore. I can't even handle. Edit this agent. Open an editor. Open in tools. Open an editor. How about that? Maybe not that. Let's go ahead and say edit agent again. Open, edit model, edit color, edit tools. Okay, open an editor is my only option. Your core responsibilities. Eight. Build a test all file like this one for all the new strategies. You made. This shows what to print to. Okay, so let's go ahead and say save here. Okay. Let's say back here. Okay, and then results here. We've got the results, all strategy summary. Does this combine the motherfucking? Wow. Yeah, dude, this is Gucci. Oh my god, dude, this is AI, dude. This stuff is crazy. She thinking 42 steps ahead of me. I don't know about you, dude. I don't care what the strategy name is. It's over here if I need it. I don't care about that. I don't care what you name your strategies, dude. Holy smokes. So this one you can see it says 0 on it. So it wasn't one of these is off, but that's cool, dude. This is slick. I'm not even looking at the stats right now because I'm building out the techie. I'm building out the techie, Becky. This is crazy. Okay, somebody give me a trading idea. What's your strategy? Let me know your strategy in the chat and I'll back test it. If you give me your strategy in the chat, I will back test it. That is a very expensive service for free. You can add column address too. Column address. You can add column address wallet too. 3 times 15-minute buys. 3 times 15-minute buys. What's that mean? Yeah, if you got a strategy you want me to test, this is your time to shine. This is your time to shine. I'm testing your strategies here. This is so slick, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. All right, so drop your strategies in the chat. Let me go ahead and make that a note here. Or whatever you call it. Not a note, but let's end this poll here. Drop your trading strategy in the chat and I will back test it for free. Tap the like button too, please. All right, there we go. Says BTC versus M2 global supply correlation. M2 global supply correlation, long only. M2 global supply correlation. Let me look into it. Let me look into this, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Let me see how I can get busy with that one. How would I go about testing this? I have open, high, low, close volume data, but what type of M2 global supply data would I need in order to map this correlation? I guess I don't know M2 global supply too well. What type of data is that? Is there open, high, low, close volume data? Where can I get it? But yeah, just educate me here. Thank you. That's an interesting idea, dude. So, what is M2 global supply? M2 is monetary aggregate money supply. It includes cash plus checking deposits, savings deposits, time deposits under a certain size, money market securities. Global M2 means summing across multiple countries. Usually the major economies, US, Euro, Japan, China, etc. Unlike BTC data, there is no open, high, low, close volume structure. M2 is just a macro time series, usually reported monthly or quarterly. Okay. So the data is basically quarterly or data or monthly. Global M2, interesting. I think it's year over year data. Comes in every month. So month is long, but damn, year would be crazy. Fennec says check 3 buy for slot in 15 minutes to analyze them. IMF releases the data. Okay. IMF right here. Where to get global M2 data? Red. Federal Reserve. Economic data. So US M2. You need to combine with other countries or get the IMF provides M2 for many countries. You download each country's M2 and then sum them up in USD terms. World Bank, Bank for International Settlements. Okay, so there isn't a really open high low close for it. How to map BTC with M2. Resample BTC data to the sample frequency as M2 monthly is typical. So we get monthly BTC data. Normalize both series for comparability. Growth rate, percentage change, or log transform. Correlation test, Pearson correlation between monthly M2 and BTC returns. Strategy test, long only rule. If M2 growth is over 0, expanding liquidity, go long. Otherwise, stay in cash. This is what Arthur Hayes trades, right? So he's key considerations, lag data is published with a delay, weeks or months. You'd need to lag your signal to avoid look-ahead bias. This is awesome. I know that IMF releases the data, so point me to that link. But also, let's think about how can we build our own M2 money supply model. So if there's a 4-week or whatever 2-week or a 1 week or whatever type of lag there is, why can't we build our own model? Where is this data coming from? You said it's like banking data, so that might be tough. But let's think critically on this and figure out a way to build out our own M2 money supply model if there is that big of lag. That's an arbitrage if I've heard one. Thank you. So IMF data, we'll go there, get that data because we're data dogs. If you got ideas, trading strategies you want to see done, throw them in the chat and I'll think about it. It's free. Try with $10 your strategies. Fennec, you're not making sense right now, actually. So make slot for a range of 3 times 15 minutes. Check 3 buy for a slot of 15 minutes to analyze them. Try with $10 your strategies. That shit ain't making no sense, no offense. I'm going to do this myself. The global M2 supply is a leading indicator. BTC follows by about 10 to 12 weeks. Okay. Did you test that? Is that facts or is that just like eyeballing? You eyeballing that? I mean, because again, your brain is a neural network. So I'm not fading your brain. I'm not fading your brain, bro. I'm not. I'm just curious. Did you test that to see that it was actually 10 to 12 weeks? Because that is some good information. The global M2 supply is a leading indicator. That's interesting, dude. That's interesting. You've made the note sheet, bro. You've made the notes. I'm putting you down. I'm putting you down. M2 data leads BTC 10 to 12 weeks. Jimmy, are you not the same Jimmy? We got two Jimmys in the chat? What the helly? Jimmy T got this one. Love this line of thinking. Here's how to A, grab the IMF data, and B, build a global M2. And even a nowcast, so you're not hostage to publication lags. Where to get the M2 from the IMF? The link you asked for. IMF data portal, international finance. From there, search a country and pick broad money M2, national definition. IMF's portal is the front door. Data. I ain't reading all that, bro. What is this? M2? So international financial statistics data is now organized around topics and indicators. Broad. Okay, IMF data, international financial statistics. So I'm at data. International financial statistics. Okay, it sent me right there. Perfect. Available indicators and data sets can be found in are listed below. International financial statistics data is now organized and taught around topics and indicators accessible via existing data sets in the IMF data portal. So users can access this data in many ways. Data catalog, users can filter data sets by any topic, including the international financial statistics. All data sets that have indicators from the international financial statistics will be displayed. Data Explorer. Users can add the IFS flag column to their data table. Downloading the data, IFS flag, application. How do you get it though? From the API, you can filter by component. Let me get this. Let me get this API. I don't want the dashboard. March 24th, International Monetary Fund. Anybody know how to do this? Overview, catalog, dataset catalog, data explorer. Log in maybe? Huh. From the IMF data portal homepage. Let me get there. Sign in. Sign up. Let me sign up. Verification code. I gotta write down my password before I forget it. Dun, 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 dun. So my code is that verification code, verify, create, send, verify code. Email now valid. You can now continue. Save. All right, we in there, bro. So now what? How do I get the data sets? Data sets. Monetary and financial statistics. Statistics. I wonder why. Position open. I'm down 36%. Dashboards. API could be nice. Okay, I probably don't need that. So what data did she say? Broad money. Okay. IMF's manuals explain the broad money definitions vary by country. Some call it M2, others call it M3. That's normal. And why cross-country M2 needs careful mapping. M2 is a level time series, not open, high, low, close volume. So maybe I'll just type in so monetary and financial statistics, other. So let's go back to data sets here. And maybe I'll just type in M2. M2 money supply. Data sets. Yeah, the global M2 supply is hard data to get. I thought you had said that IMF releases the data. I mean, you just have to piece them together, right? How do you even get it? Okay, money. M2. Data. Oh. I mean, we got this from the US. This is pretty good, right? 1 year. Is this always going up or what? Just always going up? Maybe that's why you need the other parts of the world. Global M2 data, money data. All right. Well, anybody else have a different idea here? M2 money supply of major central banks. Okay, so that changes things. See, this is much different than just the US. The US M2 supply is easier to get. The Fed releases their own, but want the global M2. Ours always goes up, but the global doesn't. What the hell? Is that for real? The US always goes up, but the global doesn't? Nah, this one is going up and down though. M2 money supply year over year. All right, well, appreciate your idea, Jimmy. The data is going to be a little bit of a project, it looks like, to get. We got the US. I'm going to write this down in my notes. Okay, so there might be data here. Maybe data here. Uh-oh. Mouse died. I need to give this a full charge today. I need to give it a full charge. Let me give it a couple minute charge. Luckily, I'm still on the note sheet. Long story short, M2 money global supply is a little harder to get than the US supply or the US data. The US data is available just by Googling it. The tricky part of testing this idea is getting that M2 global data, money supply data. So definitely look into this. Looks fun. I built an account above. They say I can get all of the data from IMF and just parse them together. My problem thus far is finding the data on IMF. But I really didn't look that hard. Jimmy, have you looked at the data on IMF yet? And just try to parse them together? Because if you can get all of the countries' M2 data, then you make your own little global index. It doesn't have to be the whole world. Just like the bigger places, I guess. I don't know, though. Guess it just depends on what you want. But have you tried to parse them together? I don't know if anybody's... I'm sure somebody's gone down that path. Damn, nobody shares their ideas, huh? That's crazy. I appreciate you, Jimmy, for sharing that idea. I got plenty of ideas to back test. I just thought it would be fun. I thought it'd be fun if I thought it'd be fun to do yours. I tried one time to go to each government websites like Japan, China, but I gave up on it. Some of that was in Chinese. Oh, hey, AI can read Chinese now. That's sick. That's what I was waiting for. Is my mouse. All right, we're back, dude. So let me get one of my ideas done then. Um, because this subagent is super slick. I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of my ideas here. Exhaustion gap, 200-day moving average, seasonality. What I miss? Everything. Literally everything, dude. Literally everything. Four days down. Let's get that GitHub in there so I can remember. What the hell? 4 days down. Intraday Bollinger Band. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Intraday price action confirmation. This roadmap is free, by the way. Just go to the website. Okay, these are a bunch of trend following ideas I have written about earlier. So there's going to be some simple ones in there, but that's cool. Okay, so I want you to make a new folder here. Use the backtesting orchestrator guy in order to test all of these ideas. These will be under a new folder called trending. Yeah, the agent will understand what to build from here. And yeah, just get that final file ready for me when it's done. All right, so let's see if she can do it. Ooh, I just spammed her with a bunch of ideas. I'll use the backtest architect agent to create all these trending strategies in a new folder with proper organization and testing capabilities. Dude, this is the future. This is the current. You're living in the past if you're not using subagents like this, dog. I'm sorry. I'm not the GOAT. I'm not the GOAT. The GOAT is in the bottom right. The GOAT is in the bottom right. I'm just trying to follow his path. He left some small breadcrumbs, dude. Very small breadcrumbs. But one of those breadcrumbs is there's always new anomalies in the market that are popping up. So stay locked, bro. Stay locked. I don't care, dog. We all go through ups and downs, ebbs and flows. That's the game. That's the fun part. This is the fun part, dude. The ups and the downs and the downs and the ups. Let's keep going. If there's always new edges that appear, why would you ever stop? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. If you want to do something else, that's fine. But come on, at least be using AI all day long, please. 4 hours a day, that's all. That's all. That's not crazy, dude. That's not crazy at all. It's not crazy at all to spend 4 hours a day using AI. Stop it. Just sit here. Tell them what to do. You need to make an agent that does all the testing and it can edit the algo on its own. You need to listen up, bro, and lock in. You need to listen up and lock in because that's what I already built, dog. We so far ahead of them. I love this game, dude. I think that I'll be here forever. Yes. I think I'll be here forever. I'm going to keep uploading everything to GitHub for the Quantaliters. What is Quantilit? I won't even tell you until you're inside of the bootcamp. If you're not in the bootcamp, that's fine. But they all ask for the GitHub, so I give them the GitHub. We coming for you, Jimmy, boy. We coming for you. 31.4B. New anomalies all the time? Okay. That's all I had to hear from him. He didn't have to tell me his working strategy. He just had to show me he can run up 31B in this industry. He's got blood that's the same color as mine. Stop it. Okay, so you can see she's making all of these strategies. These are pretty simple strategies, but I had them on my note sheet, and a lot of that note sheet comes from books. So simple does not mean bad. A lot of people are like, oh, that's so simple. It's like, okay, what makes money at the end of the day? We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna have all the data, dude. All the data. This is wild. This is wild. Trending ADX, moving average. I have a question. It's random, but I'm allowed to have some random time too, dude. All right, so we got like Cursor and Windsurf, these, and Claude Code, these agentic AIs that help us build stuff. But my question is, how do you build for Apple with the AI stuff? Like, can I use Claude Code in my Xcode? Yeah, right? Because if you're, for example, building in Swift, Claude Code would be able to control all that, right? Because it's just Swift files at the end of the day. But will it be able to launch things in Xcode and test them? I guess is my question. And can you run? You can't run Xcode in Visual Studio Code, can you? So we've got our sub agent working down here, which is amazing. The backtest architect is going through and creating all these trending models here. Then we should have a run all file that will allow me to run them all and see all the data. You can't run Xcode inside of VS Code. You can edit Swift in VS Code cursor and drive the Xcode toolchain build test simulator from the terminal. There's no official Anthropic Claude plugin for Xcode today. Native Xcode AI from Apple is Swift Assist, announced for Xcode 16, but public availability has been unclear. You can get AI in Xcode via extensions like GitHub Copilot for Xcode. Okay. And forks that support Codium or ChatGPT. Copilot also announced multi-model and support, including Anthropic, and has an Xcode extension preview, so Claude may be available through Copilot, depending on your access. What agentic AI can actually do in an Apple toolchain? Edit code anywhere. Xcode, VS Code. Options for AI inside of Xcode. Swift Assist. Well, that is cool. So backtest architect here. We're using our subagents. I love this backtest architect, dude. I love it. Oh my goodness. You know what happened today? I think my strike fell off today. I think one of my strikes fell off. I can get a little more crazy now. Wait. Did it fall off? Do I only have one strike now? No, I still got two. I still got two. So you better shut the hell up. 24th. Tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow I will be down to one strike, which will be nice. I'm still gonna be careful and delete my videos when I want to. 777 Dane, thank you. We're getting there. We've kept everything clean. And we got a strike that is falling off tomorrow. And then I'll have a little more wiggle room. I was crazy. And then the other one technically should fall off as well. When? When, might you ask? Well, September 11th. Rest in peace, honestly. But I got one more strike until I get my whole channel removed. So let's hope to God I don't get one today. And then by September 11th, holy smokes, that's like a couple weeks from now. That's like 2-3 weeks from now. I'm gonna be back in no time, dude. Strike free. Yeah, that's cool. Perfect. I've created the complete testing here. So test all strategies, run all once. So I hit test all strategies and it's gonna test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 strategies. Okay, 6. So I've got 12 different strategies. If you have a strategy you want me to test, see if your trading strategy actually works in the past, go ahead and throw it in the chat. This is crazy stuff, dude. I got unlimited strategies. I don't need them. I'm just trying to be kind. Just trying to be kind. Okay, look at this, dude. Quick summary. Return sharp. Sharp here, 0.85. What's up with this quick summary, though? Profitable on 17 out of 25. To be honest, fam, I want the full summary. And it should have all the backtests on it with all the data sources just in that summary for each one of them, you know? So it'd be like one full summary of all the tests per strategy. Thank you. Okay. So she's doing well. I'm particular with this ish. Tomorrow is my almost freedom day. 17 days from now, it's my full freedom day. Holy smokes. I didn't know if we were going to make it. I was really nervous, dude. Remember I deleted all my videos? I deleted every single video. Pretty much. I had 1,000 videos before. That's insane. LFI. They still don't have that. LFI. I don't see it here either, but maybe it's updated now. Nah, dude, I don't see it. New. It's interesting. It's being traded somewhere. Binance. This is Binance, right? And Spot. Spot's not it because you can't get liquidated on Spot. And I'm watching liquidations. DEX, Alpha, P2P, Alpha, trading bots. See, that's what I'm confused about. Is it open for API trading? But not. Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. But anyways, let's go ahead and run it. So it's testing all of the data sources here on strategy 1. Okay, so this is strategy 1 here. Oh my God, dude. Expectancy. Oh, 3.7 expectancy here on this strategy. That's pretty good. 0.79, that's good as well. I got Apple data, I got ES data, I got NQ data. 28.32. Two Sortino. Expectancy is crazy right here. 10, 7, 5. Expectancy of 3. Yo, I just changed the game for backtesting, bro. I'm sorry I did it. I'm sorry I did it to him. All of these blew up. Wow, dude. Wow, 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 wow. 12 strategies. And then there should be a combined one. Final all trending strategies here. Results here. All trending strategies. Let's go ahead and noob tube this bish. Reveal and finder here. All trending strategies here. And these are all the trending strategies we just backtested. Amazing. Category and strategy name. So let's see what the best few things are. Let's try sharp first. Descending. So 1.53 sharp on Tesla. ES, it has a 1.27 sharp. Sortino's pretty high. Dude, this is I know I'm not diving deep into the data today, but that's okay because at the end of the day, what I want to do is get this whole framework set up, and I think I have it set up now. Because now I know exactly, okay, the Tesla data source, exposure time. Let's see what has the, yeah, there's so many things I can do with this data now. Like, okay, what has the lowest exposure time but the highest ROI? You know? Or just, it depends on how you want to chop it up. What's good for your style? Exactly. Let's go look at EV, the best EV here. Descending. 11.5. Expectancy, 6.67 profit factor. Bollinger Trend. How many trades it has? 87% drawdown though. Fudge. Poor. But this is so nice to be able to go through all of these strategies. And I can just now chomp on this data because I'm a data dog. Why would I chomp on it though? Stop it. You stop this right now. Please, 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 Lord, slow him down. Slow him down. Slow him down. Please, Lord, slow him down. Go ahead and chomp on this data, dog. Go ahead and essentially find the top 10 strategies based on a combination of return, of course, but also add in drawdown. Look at the ROI and drawdown. Mix in the Sortino a bit. Expectancy is important to be over 0.2, but I really want you to be a data scientist here and pick the 10 best strategies. Print them out based off of those ideas. Thank you. See, I should make a sub agent that's a data scientist. This is your strategy, bro? RSI. This is a short signal. One signal out of my strategy generator. Okay, okay. Oh, is that using grammatical evolution or a strategy generator? That sounds freaking sexy. That sounds super good, dude. 1 hour will be bullish, complete on apt. Let's see if I'm right with my strategy. 58 minutes, and we will see. Okay, dude, I'll mark you down. I'll mark you down for a little Aptos trade. How much you want in on it? I just become a bookie up here. How much you want in on that, dude? How much? Give me a number. Fennec, he's getting back on my chart again. Fennec, 1 hour trade. There we go. Now we're having more fun, dog. Now you're giving me the time frames. Let's put it right there so we know exactly when he entered. With evolution, okay, dude, that is sick. I'm glad you're still stepping on the gas there, bro. Dun 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 dun. All right, so we're gonna see this Fennec trade here in a second. Donchian breakouts. Okay, here we go. They scored it. Top 10 trading strategies. Data science analysis. It went ahead and looked through and looked at the return, drawdown, Sortino, and expectancy. Here are your top 10 strategies. It's 36 out of 100. Donchian long trend. Okay, 563% return, drawdown, negative 41. Exceptional return / drawdown. So 12x. Okay, win rate 42. Cross trend, 146. Okay, I'll look at these in a second. Now I want you to go ahead and use any of the data and any of your ideas based off of what Jim Simons would do looking at that data and pick your top 10. You don't have to go with my, suggested ways to look at the data this time. Essentially, this is your time to freeball it Jim Simons style. And then give me your new top 10 and compare them to my old top 10. Okay, I'm just curious. I'm just curious where she's going to go with this because we got the AI. We might as well use it, right? Donchian long trend here. Golden cross trend. So 146% turn minus 34 drawdown. Okay. Best expectancy at 1.75 per trade. These are just a bunch of moving average things, but ADX, MA trend, 24, 40% win rate. Okay. Let's see what she comes up with here. But check my old message when I said 4 hour. One hour will be bullish, complete. Not for that point. I just want to see what she says here real quick. I think this is going to be super interesting. I think I changed the game forever when it comes to backtesting, though. And all of the code is here. Amazing stuff, dude. Amazing stuff. Really, absolutely certified amazing stuff here today. Try to use cross between strategies. Give me some specifics, bro. I got you. Throw some ideas out there and I'll try it for you. Okay, so let's go ahead here and see what she says. So my top 10 Jim Simons versus your original. So Jim's top 5 are here. Top 10. 56.3 score. 80% edge persistence across markets. Okay. 98.7 statistical confidence. So the Donchian long trend as well on both lists. Okay. Golden cross trend on both lists. Fast MA ADX is on both lists. This is new. Negative returns, but statistically significant pattern. Why the fudge would he do that? Key differences. Simons added. I found you missed. Despite negative returns, the 19,000 positive statistical significance for mean reversion. Why would you use that? 21,795 trades make it statistically robust. Simmons removed. You had. I rejected. He removed 966, 2743 to ADX MA trend. So why the difference? Your approach, traditional, focus on returns, drawdown, Sortino, prioritize proper profitability, metrics, risk-adjusted returns, emphasis. Simon's approach, the quant statistical, is trade frequency is over returns. More data equals better statistics. Okay, that's fair. Consistency over peak performance. Edge persistence across markets. Statistical significance over absolute returns. Even negative return strategies included if statistically robust. But why? Can you educate me a little bit on why you would add a statistically significant strategy if it's not profitable? Is there something I'm missing there? Like, I get that it's more correct. The data is definitely more correct, but a correct loser is not a winner, right? Or am I tripping? Okay, let's go ahead and see what she says about that, because it's not a bad question. It's better to be right 51% of the time on 50,000 trades than 70% of the time on 100 trades. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. But that's not what we have. But it's not what we have. Okay, let's read what she said here. You're absolutely right to question this. Your instinct is correct. A statistically significant loser is still a loser. Let me explain why I included it and what was actually a mistake in pure Simon's thinking. You're right. I made an error. Including max ADX with a 55% return was wrong, even from Simon's perspective. Here's why. What Simon's actually does, statistical significance on profitable edges. Yes. Simon's looks for small but positive edges that are statistically robust. Even a 0.1% edge per trade at 50,000 trades equals a massive return. But the edge must be positive. The Medallion Fund reality. They find strategies with 50.5% win rates that make 0.01% per trade. They leverage thousands of trades. This compounds to 70% annual returns. They never intentionally trade losing strategies. Why I mistakenly included them? I got caught up in the statistical significance. 100% confidence, p-value of 0.0000. Forget the fundamental rule. The edge must be positive. When would a losing strategy make sense? Only in the specific cases. Inverse signals, market regime indicator, portfolio hedging. The real Simons top 10 should be strategy of statistically significance, P over 0.5, positive expected value, high frequency. You're right. Correct loser is not a winner. Absolutely true. Statistical significance just means this pattern is real, not random. But if the pattern is consistently losing money, then that's not helpful unless you can trade the inverse, use it as a filter to avoid bad trades, find why it loses and fixes it. Simon's actual philosophy. Find thousands of small winning edges with high statistical confidence, not statistically significant losers. Thanks for catching that. You're thinking clearly about this. The data being correct doesn't matter if it correctly predicts losses. We want statistically robust profits, not just statistically robust patterns. Facts, B, facts. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and make sure you see all these strategies. How about that? I'm gonna speed run this. So I'm gonna let you see every single one of these strategies right now. Okay. You're gonna have to rewind or do whatever you want to do here. You gotta see the test all strategies file here. This is that whole file. This is sick, dude. This is sick right here. That whole file here. I can't give you the GitHub. That's reserved for Quant Elite, but I'll give you this. Okay, let's give you the trending ADX strategy here. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and say the trending Bollinger strategy here. Okay. So I don't know if I'm going to give you all these because it's going to take a hell of a long time. So I'll give you 5. Here's 3. 4. Okay, 5. No, let's keep going. Let's give you 10. 6. I want to give you at least 10. 6. 7. 7. There's unlimited strategies, unlimited approaches to the market, dude. How do you mix and master them? That's the question. You got AI code anything for you. It's crazy. I think that was 8. 9. Okay, this is 10. That's enough. You heard all the ideas. That's the most important part. At the end of the day, I believe code is a great equalizer. I believe if you step on the gas here, you can find an edge. I got the Algo Trade Camp if you do want to remove emotions out of your trading. I show you step by step how to automate your trading. Short, concise videos in layman's terms. Every single language is supported. So if you speak a different language, you have subtitles. There's a 100% money back guarantee. I hold your hand through the entire process of automating your trading step by step. And if you're in Quant Elite, you get all of my code too. So I'm going to go ahead and say get add get commit / trending back test get push. All right, so that's like 14 back tests or something. 12, 14 back tests or something. Let's go look at it, dude. Let's get out of these. That's an interesting idea, the M2 money supply, though. Aptos, he's up. Homeboy's up. Okay, let's actually go to the back test here and say trending, copy link address, trending back test here. Seller exhaustion. Results, dude. These results are sick. All trading strategies. It's an absolute gold mine, dog. This is an absolute gold mine of data. I know it's hard to understand what I'm doing, but I promise you, I break it down. Short, concise videos. I make it much easier to understand than me just running every day. I'm just running, dude. Just running. So let's grab those trendings here and let's make them go here on the trend following ideas. GitHub. Multiple trends. Quad moving average done, I said. See, that's from the chat, bro. The chat's fire. You're fire, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you every single day around 8 a.m. Eastern time. I found the secret to finding unlimited trading strategies. Okay, so I built 5 trading strategies and I wanted to backtest them because backtesting is the process of seeing if the strategy actually worked in the past. A lot of people are trading by hand and they don't know if the strategy actually worked in the past. So what I did is I built out 5 different trading strategies and then built a script in order to test all of those strategies against different time frames of data, also different symbols, different markets. We've got Solana, BTC, ES, NQ, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Google. So all types of different markets and time frames, and then it outputs them into the nice results here that are probably a little hard for you to see because I'm using Apple numbers or whatever the heck this is called, 200%. Okay, but now you can see I have the exposure time, the equity final, the return percentage, the Sharpe ratio, the Sortino ratio, the Kalmar, the max drawdown, the average drawdown, yada, yada. I got everything. Expectancy, most important. So I have everything that I need. I feel like I just cracked backtesting, but I have a step. I want to take this one step further. How do you set up subagents? I've set up 2 subagents. Can you create a subagent that will... Yeah, how do you set up subagents, dude? I have set up subagents already. I have 2 sick, actually 3 sick ones. Anthropic subagents. And let's go ahead and say subagents here, maybe. Agents. Okay, that's how you do it. Create new agent. Okay, I'm going to say create new agent. Okay, create new agent, personal or project. I want it personal. Create with Claude, sure thing. Okay, so now you are the backtesting sub-agent. And you will run whenever I'm ready to test a backtest. You'll also run whenever I'm building a backtest. Because essentially, you have my whole backtesting framework now. You have the examples. You understand how to multi-data test. You have our multi-data tester. You have examples inside of the backtesting folder that show how I want to backtest. You know that I like to print out my stats before running the optimizer. You have the whole multi-data testing framework that you can run, and you'll make sure that all of my backtests are built in a way that will make them super easy to run with all of the data. You'll make sure to make a folder if it's a bunch of different backtests under the same strategy, because I tend to test a bunch of different ideas in one backtest. So you'll make a folder for that. You'll just know all of these things. You'll have example backtests that will help guide you. So whenever we talk about backtesting, you pop in and you see, okay, what step are we at? Do we need help building it? If we need help building it, let me make sure to check out my files like the multi-data backtesting file. And let's make sure that we're setting up the backtests correctly to work with our common data. Let's make sure all those things. Then if I'm looking to run a backtest, well, you'll know how to run them as well, because they should be set up and helped by you in order to keep everything aligned and built correctly from the start. Because if we correctly build things from the start for this multi-data testing, every single backtest that I ever create will have 30 plus different data sources that will be testing, timeframes, etc. Okay, you know the job. I've rambled enough. Thank you. Let's just go ahead and say that. I'm going to say generate an agent from description. Perfect. Perfect. I've rambled enough, son. So she's generating a sub agent. Yo, that's hella funny, bro. That's hella funny, dog. Why they look so different? Why do they look so different when they get grooved? Oh my goodness. All right, so create new agent here. Let's see what she said. You're creating multiple trading strategies. Each strategy builds to be tested on many different data sets. We've got the multi-data tester, good. What it does, automatically tests your data against 29 data sets, great. Having a robot assistant that runs your experiment on every possible data set while you grab coffee, great. Instead of 29 manual tests, you run your strategy file once and get results for everything. Strategy files, combiner, the workflow, create the strategy, buy when price drops, okay. Run it once, test on Bitcoin, Ethereum, get results, okay. Imagine you're a chief or a chef with 5 different sauce recipes. Beautiful, dude. That's what we built, but for trading. What do I do now? Oh, I just hit continue. Sonat, no way. Opus. She always. What color should we give her? Let's give her cyan. Press S or enter to save, E to save, edit, E to save and edit. Okay, so we have a backtest architect. They're up 33%. All right, so what's this one? View agent. I think I'm gonna delete this one because now I have a better agent. So I'm just gonna delete her. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if this works now. let's go ahead and build out a new idea here. Seller's exhaustion. How do you even go about doing that? How would you measure seller's exhaustion with open, high, low, close volume data? Dun, 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 dun. Gap and go, exhaustion gap, pairs trading, liquidation hunting, Bollinger Band, seasonality. This GitHub, let's go ahead and make sure that GitHub's in there back to us. Consecutive down here, copy path. What I love about this is now all the results are right here. Combined strategies. I can see. Oh, fudge, dude. Oh, fudge. You can't sort by. Thank God you can't. At least you can't sort up in this bitch. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. That's 122 back tests. Sheesh. That's a lot. Say exit here. Okay, so I want to go ahead and yeah, you can try open interest for sellers and buyers exhaustion. Okay, open interest. That's a good idea. Volume spike, climax. What about using open interest? How can you go ahead and measure that with or without open, high, low, close volume data? Open interest is interesting. That's interesting, dude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sequential decline detection, selling wave analysis, track a sequence of consecutive down closes. On balance volume. So volume, that could be good. Volatility, volume divergence. Measure true ATR. Declining volume on lower lows. All right, let's just go ahead and do this. Let's say above is a bunch of ideas. We'll call this seller's exhaustion for the folder of backtests we want to build. Use the backtest architect to go ahead and execute all this. And when it is done, and done is considered me being able to run each of the strategies. I gave you about 6 strategies up there, or 6 ways to use open, high, low, close volume data to trade the seller exhaustion. Feel free to try anything with the ADX or the MFI or the Bollinger Bands, as those could be good ideas as well. I want you to go ahead and create 7 different strategies. The backtest architect knows exactly how to build those strategies and get them ready for me. All right, let's see, dude, because this is crazy. This is crazy. Now I'm using the subagents here to essentially, in my backtest folder, hopefully she uses that new subagent that we just created. I'll use the backtest architect to create all the seller exhaustion strategies for you. And then hopefully she goes ahead and outputs something like this. Maybe not outputs it, but allows me to output it.